Hello, my name is Jose Eric. I'm the talking with famous people, and I would like, while we have JC in the room, I'm going to do my logical conclusions about how the ESFP shops for groceries, and then JC can tell us if my logically deduced description of her behaviors as a grocery shopper matches the actual reality or not. So, the ESFP goes SEFI T. No, I'm sorry. SEFI TENI, and then on the shadow function you've got SIFE TINE. Okay, so first of all, let me say right off the bat, I would guess that the ESFP is concerned without really valuing it explicitly, but is nevertheless concerned with having all the stuff that they think they should have in their house. And the reason is because SI is their fifth function. And for them, they're going to be attracted to SI. They're going to be attracted to it because that's what happens when it's their fifth slot. And having good SI means having a super stocked fridge all the time and stuff like that. My fridge used to be stocked all the time. Candace would always get stuff for it. And we ended up wasting a lot of shit too, but she just felt like it was really important that we have everything that we are supposed to have, quote unquote. I think the ESFP is going to aspire to that without really valuing it directly. So, given that they have SE in the dominant slot and it's a proceed function, and grocery shopping is not what I would call a continue as normal kind of a thing. I mean, it is in the sense that it's a regular thing. It's a regular habit. I think the ESFP does it more or less the same way every time, is my guess. So, to the extent that it's a habit to go grocery shopping and you go the same day every week, then you're gonna have a very set notion of what to get. You know what you're going to get when you go in there, but you probably haven't written it down. And you probably don't have a list. But you know what you're going to get, and you're probably pretty efficient in going through there and getting that stuff. Now, if it's not a habit of going grocery shopping, like you're not the grocery shopper, so if you're the grocery shopper in the family, then it's as I indicated, I would guess. If you're not the grocery shopper in the family, then I would suppose you have a hard time motivating to go grocery shopping ever, because it's not part of your normal routine, and so you might, if you feel like it's something you should do or need to do, it may linger a little bit, which is not normally a quality that an SE person would display, but I would anticipate that would be the case here if you're not normally a grocery shopper, because it's continuing as normal is SE in my book, continuing with the things you already have in works. If you're a regular grocery shopper, though, that should mean that you just, without really putting a lot of effort into it, just go grocery shopping every day, the same day, and buy the same shit. So with FI in the second, obviously grocery shopping doesn't require a lot of emotional investment. I mean, it's not like you go to the grocery store and go, well, how do I feel about popcorn today? I mean, I don't know. So, but what you probably do if you have FI in the second slot is you probably associate companies with certain feelings, and you probably internalize reification fallacies easily. So you say, "Oh, I like that company. They're good they're good company. They're whatever," because they successfully position themselves as a given emotional connection with you. So you probably have brand loyalty, high brand loyalty. TE, third function? Well, you may, with TE, make that list. You might with TE in the third, but I suspect you use it when you need to use it, not when it's optional. So I expect that you use TE with other people, not so much with yourself when you don't have anybody checking on you. And NI in the fourth means that, again, that's why you're doing things the same way, because you're not realizing new truths about what you should buy, and you're not coming up with possibilities about what you should buy. So you're just sort of doing things how you figured out at some point what to buy. And that's my assessment on how I predict the ESFP will buy groceries. Let's see if JC is still here. If she is, if she wants to comment upon that.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I think you're right about it being a little bit different, whether it's a habit or if it's just like a thing that I have to do now because it's, randomly I have to go to the grocery store. I kind of went through my whole entire college years in the second one. Like, I didn't have to go to the store because I had a meal plan and I could get all of my food on campus if I wanted to. But I should go to the store because that's the cheaper way to do it. I can save some money and stuff like that. So I think in general, it's like, well, for me personally, it's more like, oh crap, I don't have any food to eat. I should go to the store. And then I put it off and put it off and put it off and procrastinate like crazy. It's almost like it's just one of those tasks that's just like annoying that I don't want to do. But I have to do it because I'm running out of food.
Right.
So I finally go to the store. Yeah, I pretty much know what I want to get. I usually just keep it in my head. I go into the store. I kind of go down all the aisles, get what I want to get. If I'm like really, really out of food, I'll just go through every single aisle and pick up like everything. And it'll kind of be, it's funny because you were just like, I don't know what they do with FI. Is it like, how do I feel about this? And it's like, yeah, sometimes I really do just go into the grocery store and be like, ooh, I want this, But that's more SC, I think, talking. It's like, ooh, that looks good. Let's get this. Ooh, I want to try that. And then, end up spending like a ton of money on things that I do not need to get at all.
Right.
But
sometimes I do that too. Occasionally.
I imagine if it was a social thing, I probably would like going to the grocery store. Like, let's all go to the grocery store. Me and my friends, let's go to the grocery store so that I can go shopping for food. If I could do that, that would make it. I'd be so much more motivated to go.
Well, you must have loved adolescence, right? Adolescent girls do that. They go in groups to do everything. Like let's go to the grocery store together. Yay! We're all a bunch of like 14-year-old girls. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you must have loved that.
I said, yeah, right there in that spot.
Well, you know what? ENTPs are very much the same way, especially when we're younger. I noticed Delilah is this way for sure, and I remember I was too. I always wanted to just get as many people together as possible and just let's all play. Wee! But not a lot of other types aren't nearly as fun loving as we are.
Right. I think like, say for example, if I know that I just don't have money to just spend in the store, like, I'll usually say to myself, I'm only going to spend this amount of money before I go in because I know that I want to grab stuff off of the shelves. So I'll usually go in with a number in mind, or like, now that I'm getting older and I do go grocery shopping for myself much more often, you're right, I pretty much do get the same stuff, but I feel like it's more financial reasons, Like, I feel like if I just had money, I would do more splurge shopping, but because I'm like trying to save money and be on a budget, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get this because. And then also, I live with my sister, who I don't know what type she is, but I mean, the J is off the chain. Like, she's very, very strict in particular and disciplined, and I'm not that way at all. But since we live together and we buy food together, it kind of changes. Like she kind of handles that. She's like, we're getting this, this, and this, and then she'll say, oh well, what are you going to eat this week? Like, what are you going to make? And I'm like, I don't know. You want me to tell you what I'm going to eat for the whole week? Are you kidding me? Really? And like, she really expects me to like be able to tell her that, and she's annoyed by the fact that like I don't have like a meal plan like set up. She's like, you should, like I know what I'm gonna eat. You should know what you're gonna eat so that we can go to the grocery store and get this, this, and this. It's like, ugh. And
Yeah.
then like she gets annoyed because I eat at random times of the day.
Yeah. Well, for me right now, I'm super broke, so I I'm doing grocery shopping rather than eating out mostly. I still sometimes I'll go to McDonald's fairly often, I guess still, but uh, the difference for me in grocery shopping when I'm broke and not broke is like I go to the grocery store now and I'll be attentive to like which version of this product is the cheapest rather than which version of this product do I think is the best tasting one. If it
Oh
depends on
yeah,
the kind. Like with certain things, if I'm feeling rich and I go buy bacon, I always buy Farmer John bacon because it's the best. But it's like $7 a pound. It's like ridiculous. So, but if I'm feeling rich, I'll buy that. But if I'm not feeling rich, then I won't buy that. I'll buy the cheap bacon. That's how my behavior changes when my money status changes. Mostly is I go
yeah.
for the cheaper shit, and I put off buying
I do.
certain things. Like you don't really need pickles, Eric. Stuff like that.
Right, right. You gotta get rid of the non-essentials.
Yeah. Like what I'm
Yeah.
missing right now though is see, I made this deal with myself last time I went to the store. I was like, okay, Eric, you're not gonna buy the little Keurig things for the coffee maker because you
Oh yeah,
have
the K cups.
yeah, because I have plenty of ground coffee. I've got bags of it, bags of Starbucks ground coffee that've been in the freezer forever. I don't this thing good is in the freezer. Regardless, the problem is I'm lazy and I don't end up making that coffee.
Mhm.
And then I just end up drinking Coke instead. But I want coffee really badly. So my plan failed utterly, right? I had a reason, a logical reason why I was not getting K cups. I had a perfectly sensible alternative I was going to use instead. I made my decision based on that vector, based on that factor, and then I just didn't do it. I have yet to make any
Yeah,
coffee. And that was like 2 weeks ago or something that I made that decision.
yeah. I do something like that too. I would. I could see myself doing that. It's just a pee thing.
Yeah,
Like
it's a pee thing.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. And then like weeks go by. It's like no, I was gonna do that. I said I was gonna do that. I had it done in my head, but then I didn't do it.
Right. Well, did you forget that I'm a P? Did you forget that? Because when I said I was going to do
No.
that, that
Oh
means
yeah.
that I might do that. Listen, I want you to understand the meaning of my words. When I say I am going to do that, what that means is I might do that. I mean, but people don't like hearing that. They want a definitive answer, right? So you end up getting in the habit of giving them answers, definitive statements, like, okay, yes, I will do that. But then you don't really want to tell them that. You want to say, yes, I might do that. Well, I need something more than might from you, Eric. Uh-oh, looks like we're having lost connections here. Well, this seems like a good ending spot. Thank you for watching Talking with Famous People.